T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Whoa, that was weird. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition. Here, let me get this right in here properly. I don't know why everything just decided to fall on me right before the show. What a great way to enter the show. Welcome, everybody, to Live from the Cheap Seats. I am your host, Andrew Faubert, here to bring you all of your Tampa Bay Buccaneer content for this preseason and for this upcoming 2021-2022 NFL season for your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yes, we actually have news and we actually have games. As much as people don't want to talk about what they saw yesterday, I finally actually got myself onto a platform where I can finally watch. And it was nice to finally sit there and see these beautiful uniforms. First of all, I know a lot of people are giving it some hate online here. Let's slow down, okay? It's not this anymore. It's this. That's the only change I need. Not only that, besides the jerseys looking pretty good, there was a few individuals that seem to have looked pretty okay and decent. But we are going to get into the reason why when you are the champions, things are going to get thin and things are going to get weird the season after. Sometimes we get on a very, very big high, and the next season the team wins the championship. They come back, and they're at the very, very bottom. But you know what they did to get at the very, very bottom? They didn't re-sign the players to keep them there. Instead, they told everybody to get out the door. We've got our rings. Let's start anew. That's not how we do it here in Tampa. We signed everybody. And yesterday, we didn't get to see those starters on the field. No, sirree, we did not. There's a reason for it. It's preseason. We don't get anybody injured around this time. But around this time, we did feature some very good plays by at least 3 defensive players. We saw some respectable plays by some offensive players. And we saw holes in our special teams that has been there for God knows how long I can remember. So let's break down some of the statistics and some of the things that have happened in that game, and also give you some of the news that has happened after, because we got roster cuts that happened. It was inevitable. So Blaine Gabbert got the start in preseason. Ryan Griffin got to go in, and then our savior, Kyle Trask, got to go in and take the rest of the game. Blaine Gabbert finished with 3 for 6, 33 yards, no interceptions. Ryan Griffin, on the other hand, 6 for 11, 45 yards, pretty similar to what he had last week. And our Lord and Savior, Kyle Trask, 13 for 26, 131 yards, no touchdowns, 2 picks. Those 2 picks are not necessarily his fault, and we'll get into that here in a bit. Some other key stats that you need to know. Keyshawn Vaughn carried the ball for 18 yards, averaging 2 yards per carry, because he carried it 9 times. Notable Receivers. Tanner Hudson had 6 receptions for 74 yards on 7 targets, while Cyril Grayson had 4 receptions on 57 yards on 8 targets. Saw a little bit of OJ, Tyler Johnson, Jalen Darden, my apologies. We're getting used a little bit up in this game. And on our defensive side, Grant Stewart showed out. Our own Troy Polamalu, essentially, started showing off. Same with my favorite player. I really do love him. I really, really, really do love I was going to say Jalen Darden. Joe Tryon. I really do love Joe Tryon. So now that I kind of went down the list, and if you want to see more of the stats, go to NFL.com or go to Bucs Report, and you will see a lot of articles written up about what has been going on. But if you are here, you're here to listen about what I finally got to see. It was awesome. Not live in person. If I was live in person for a game, I'd be way more excited than I currently am right now. I can tell you that much. During this game, it started off like most of the Bucs games we've seen in preseason. You know, we do pretty okay with our second tier guys in. Then we start throwing in the third and the fourths, and then it starts faltering off from there. It's not fun. But what we did get to see is Pat O'Connor go off. We saw, Ledbetter get, try to get better. But Joe Tryon, it's a first-round pick for a reason. It was said that the Buccaneers would go if they had a top 10 pick and still pick Joe Tryon up there because that's how high they thought of him. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say, sure, I think if we had a top 10 pick, we would have picked someone else, but that's either here or there. Joe reminds me of myself when I played edge. I didn't stand up. I was a pure defensive end. But he was always around the ball. I was always around the ball. When the quarterback threw it, I was right behind him watching him with the ball if I already didn't sack him. It was always in the back. It was always in where the running back and the quarterbacks were. It was always there. I'm always getting the running backs in the backfield. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. It's always getting the running backs in the backfield, or at least get a hand on them while they would duke and all that kind of fun stuff and spin and get out of my coverage and get out of there. Joe is going to be one hell of a player for us because he's going to be around the ball all the time. Look at Shaq Barrett. When Shaq Barrett was a Denver Bronco, yes, if we can actually believe it, we didn't draft him. Shaq Barrett was a Bronco. And Shaq Barrett did a damn good job being a Bronco. As a backup because they drafted Chubb and they had Von Miller and they had pass rush. They still had Ware at the tail end of his career. So when he came here, nobody really gave a damn about him. He's not elite. He's not top tier. And yet here we are giving him a fat contract because he almost set the franchise record. Actually, no, I think he did set the franchise record. My apologies. And now we have basically a clone of him. Except this guy's huge. And he reminds me of Khalil Mack when he stands there. His look, his demeanor, the way that he wants to get into the backfield. It's all there. He's very smart. Getting onto the quarterback a couple of times. See him pounding the ground when he's upset. That's the type of player we wanted to draft. Jalen Darden, same thing. Though may not have shown off as well as we had hoped, still did a pretty damn good job. Yes, I know people are going to come in and like, yeah, throw down on Jalen Darden with the punt returns and the kick returns and this, that, and everything else. They did draft him for a reason. Mickens ain't going anywhere. Mickens is going to make this roster, but so is Darden. So if you look at the wide receivers that we have, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Antonio Brown, Scotty Miller, Tyler Johnson, there's 5. Those 5 are making the roster for sure. I would assume there'd be 2 to 3 other spots available. 1 for sure. Is that going to Justin Watson? Is it going to anybody else? I don't think so. I think it's going to be going to our man, Jalen Darden. And if you look at all 6 of them, that's pretty scary. Mickens will get involved in there. Kept in as a 7th or as a special teams, I guess you would say. And to keep another 8th one on, who knows? But Jalen Darden is showing off. He's not seeing ghosts, and he's not scared of the field. He just needs to slow down a little and keep an eye on everything. And that's what he's doing. You don't want to blow yourself off in preseason, especially when you're a wide receiver. Tyler Johnson is not doing that. He didn't do that last year either. Scotty Miller never did that. Justin Watson never did that. You want to prove that you can make this team, but you don't want to hurt yourself for the odd chance that you get called in the regular season. Tyler Johnson. There's a reason why us, the fans of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and we're talking real fans of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers here, know why we've brought Tyler Johnson in, and we know why we're going to continue to keep Tyler Johnson around, because his talent is something that we have not seen in a very long time. Guy can catch some damn good balls. Jalen Darden can do the same. Just got to give him time. He's going to be sneaky, and eventually he's going to come in, and he's going to make one of these grabs, and he's going to make everybody go, oh, that's right, I forgot Brady wanted to draft this kid. It's inevitable. It's how this goes. Kyle Trask, one of the other guys that was throwing to him, 50% on the field with 2 interceptions. I'm not giving him any hate on any of those interceptions. Those interceptions were good plays by the defense or bad plays by the offense of receiver, or a weird flipping play that, whether either which way you look at it, I understand, but it was turned into an interception. When Tanner Hudson, I believe it was, Tanner Hudson couldn't catch or got hit on the way down, and the ball fumbled up, and the catch, and the gone. Didn't like it. But I've said this last night when I was on the Miscreant show. Shout out to the Miscreants for every Saturday having the Buccaneers postgame content for you. Shout out to them. Thank you for having me on yesterday as well. We have one in the lobby, and we'll get to him here soon. Kyle Trask did good. He's not the best, and like I said last week, he's not being asked to come in immediately after this year. He might have to, but he's not being asked to do that. He's being asked to do 2 years from now. And I can accept that a little bit more than I can accept him coming in next year, just by the looks of it. But there is promise. He's got a good flight. There was one ball that he threw that was essentially just on a string to Tanner Hudson. And I was like, holy man. Did you see that? He's a special talent. Him running outside of the pocket, everybody getting on him on on Twitter, I saw. Like, learn to hold the ball when you're trying to run, man, if you're going to make it in the out. Shut the fudge up. This kid got outside of the pocket, tried to make a play. He's not thinking about where the ball is going. I'm actually kind of happy that he dropped that ball there, because if he didn't and actually made a play, the narrative by some of these other Tampa Bay media would be, we have now need to put him in immediately. No questions asked. How fudge and amazing was that? Okay, but no, he's still not going to go in. I'm happy he made that little fumble. And you see him afterwards like, ugh, I didn't want to do that. I'm okay with that, Kyle. Because you're not supposed to come in right now. You're meant to come in 2 years from now when Brady is done. And that's when, if you do that, it's going to be hard to watch. Because this is Tampa Bay fans, and we do like to stir the pot with any little thing that happens. I will be the first to admit that. But we got to give him time. He showed promise. That flick, that pass that I showed you, but also I've said this before, that lob ability that he has, it's there. It's there. And we need to just keep them here and keep them in this system and keep them in the dark. We need to make sure that if something, God forbid, happens to any of the starters on our offense, including our quarterback, Gabbert is in place to take over. And then if something were to happen, I think that's the reason why we're keeping Ryan Griffin around, is we don't necessarily want to just turn to Kyle Trask if he's not ready. But if he is ready, we might as well. But he's not. He's not. Grant Stewart? You mean our own Troy flippin' Polamalu? You see that hair? I didn't even realize when I was watching the game until afterwards that that's the dude we drafted this year. I was like, what? I don't want to lose him. I do not want to lose him. And I should have had the Tampa Bay draft picks. I want to make sure that I get it in order. I should say Bucs. Thank you. Chris Wilcox was number 7. Trying to find out where he went again. Where did we get Stewart? Was Stewart in the 7th as well? Yes, he was. This guy is fun to watch. I just wanted to make sure that I had his right position. Number 259. This guy is fun to watch. Whether you like having all these players here on a championship team like this, where, it's fun to watch for a few days and then we have to cut them and watch them go to a different team, like the Rams, who have 4, maybe even 5 of our drafted players in the last 2 or 3 years on their roster. Okay? Grant Stewart may not make this team. Wilcox didn't. Or Kinsley, sorry. My apologies. Kinsley. Or no, it was Wilcox. Was it Wilcox? I'd have to get that correct. No, it is Wilcox. I'm pretty sure it's Wilcox. Anywho, these guys aren't going to necessarily make the team. They're going to be backups to some of the backups. And we're just hoping maybe that some of these guys would be good enough to take some of the roles away from some guys who are going to ask for money. This is a business as well. We have to remember that. This is a business. And you don't run a good business by paying everybody. I would know this. I'm a Red Wings fan. And in hockey, I'm still dealing with a rebuild that should have been over 4 years ago. But it has to continue for another 2 years. Because that's what happens when you pay everybody. It is good in theory, and it is good to do for your players who bring things to you. Yes, I 100% agree with that. I'll never be disagreeing with that. But if you look at it from a financial mogul's perspective, that's not how you make money, and that's not how you financially make a team better. It's just not how you do it. But I want Stewart to stay here. I really do. Now, that being said, we did lose 34-3. It was really hard to watch, even preseason. The special teams. Do we draft players to play special teams? Like, is that why we keep playing? Like, what are we doing? We're not going to fire our special teams coordinator. We're not going to do anything like that. We're a Super Bowl winning team. I 1,000% get that. But something's got to give. If special teams is going to literally be the heel that makes us not that competitive of a team, I don't know why that was like some ghost or something. But if the special teams is going to hinder us from 2 to 3 wins or making it harder to get 2 to 3 wins this year, I want change. I'm as a fan right now, last year, I didn't demand excellence necessarily, whereas a few people at Bucs Report did. I said I would rather win every single year, yes, but realistically, I would have rather them lost last year and then win the next 2 years out because Brady would have taken that momentum and so on and so forth. I did not expect them to win it last year. Now, I demand excellence for my team as a fan. That's me. And I don't want to have the 22nd to 24th rated special teams unit in the league and then have to go up against Chicago or something like that and then find the heel, or go up against the Rams and a real coach like Sean McVay or even in New Orleans with Sean Payton, or even with Bill Belichick in in New England. I don't want to have to play real coaches who can take advantage of that. That's how we lose games. And yes, they might be regular season games and we can fix it before the playoffs, but we still don't want to give teams any idea of why we would falter or giving us any type of problems. I don't want that. So we need to fix the special teams. Pinion is still a god. I was not a fan of paying him the money. I said, Pinion, we can cut him. We cut him. We'll save like $3.5, $4 million. We don't need to pay. I'm okay with it. And then they tried to get him to kick like a 57 or 61 yarder, and it's like, hey, Andrew, go out there and kick us a field goal, please. Like, yeah, man, I got all of you. I'm so excited to do this. I'm not. It's kind of what it looked like on his face. So that was basically my rundown of this preseason. I don't think there's anything to worry about here. There isn't really anything to worry about here. It's just preseason. If this starts happening with our starters here, then yes, everybody please freak out. Brady retire. Evans is overrated. Our offensive line is the worst thing ever. Our defense was only running on a spark of Todd Bowles' genius, and now Todd Bowles is going to get drunk, and we're never going to do this again. It's all a ruse. Get that out of your heads. It's not going to happen. But if it does, then you can start freaking out like I just did. Okay? And if you think that was freaking out, you should see my daughter. It's her birthday, okay? My fiance right now is doing a very damn good job trying to keep her quiet, but it is her birthday, and if she wants to yell, she will yell. And she will have her cake too. Just like this Buccaneer squad will as well. We are going to have fights like we did. Oh, well, it happens. But we're also going to get over it, and we're going to be one hell of a squad outside of it. To give you guys an update, we had to waive 5 in advance of the 80-man deadline. This is per Scott Smith of the Buccaneers.com. Outside linebacker Quentin Bell, safety Nate Brooks, wide receiver TJ Simmons, and safety Lawrence White were all waived from their training camp rosters. In addition, running back Tremaine Pope was waived, injured as well. The moves come one day after the Buccaneers' second preseason game and 2 days before the league-mandated roster cuts from 85 to 80 players. TJ Simmons, had 2 targets yesterday and did not catch any of them. I think that was kind of his demise. Show up in this game or you're gone. And I think most of those guys are just that, gone. So it is what it is. Before I bring in some of these miscreants, I want to make sure I have everything in line because my computer was doing some weird stuff there. So let's get to them. They're my friends, and they better be my friends. They better say that they're my friends when they get on here. And if you don't, I don't know what I'll do. I'll probably cry. Because it's 2021 and everybody can be an emotional wreck. So speaking of emotional wrecks, let's start with the first one, Matt Colson.
Hey, did you see Suicide Squad?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Friend.
And speaking of, if you're a bird, I'm a bird, the only guy in this room who would know that reference, Johnny Dean of the NFL edition on Bucs Report. How are we doing tonight, my friends?
What's snapping, buddy?
Everybody's my friend. Oh, that's really nice. When I call you guys out on camera, but then on the back rooms, you're like, you know what? This Canadian can shut it. Anyway.
I actually said that when you didn't realize you were talking about Mr. Irrelevant earlier.
Thank you. I was trying to make sure if he was Mr. Irrelevant. So, and it was just hard to get all that data because I don't want to. I've made the problem before of just saying stuff off the top of my head and then going back into the comments and losing 3 fans, be like, God, you're just such an idiot, dude. Look things up. And I'm like, I'm learning how to do this. I'm sorry. I don't have all the knowledge in front of me.
Johnny, what is his number, Stuart?
I don't know what it's
48. 48.
48. Is he the
48.
guy with the blonde hair?
Yeah.
And it blows out of his
Troy
helmet?
Polamalu dude.
Troy Polamalu
Yeah.
looking mother effer.
Yeah. His hair's so big I can't see the number, and it
Believe it or
irritates
not,
me.
his hair is actually red, like the guy sitting next to you.
Yeah, I just looked him up, and yeah, he's got red hair, but he's down in Florida now, so
Yeah,
he'll be doing Head and Shoulder commercials here pretty soon, I think.
I hope so.
Andrew also missed KJ Britt.
Yes. Thank you.
He
KJ
didn't
Britt
miss
actually
him.
was doing pretty damn good.
Yeah.
I was just talking about like in regards to him yesterday. He was also like the linebacker version of Joe Tryon. He was around almost every tackle yesterday. Did a couple of nice there was one where he almost got his hand on a ball. I saw that highlight
He
somewhere.
did get a sack, I believe.
I think he did too. Yeah. I'd have to pull up everything, but again, my computer was being weird, so I just kind of shut everything else down, and now I'm running this. And there's a program on the side that says Russia is watching, and I don't believe them.
You're in Canada. They might be.
Dude, I'm in Canada. They basically just like, listen, anywhere that there's ice in Canada, it's Russia. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, they can't fly over here.
Yeah, the VPNs are pretty cheap, though. You can get that resolved.
I'm so dumb. Go ahead.
You can set them up where you can watch free UFC fights if you say you're in England.
Yep.
And I mean, there's ways to cheat the system that they weren't designed to do, but for $17 a month, that's cheaper than a $65 fight ticket.
I think Matt's becoming a hacker, dude.
No, he's not becoming a hacker. I was around in DOS 3.0.
I remember dial-up. What was I going to say about that? The VPN there. I'm so dumb when it comes to computers. I just don't know how to set it up properly so that I could get like ESPN Plus. That's all I want. I would literally pay all great money just to access ESPN Plus here in Canada. So,
I would honestly give you mine if I could, dude.
it would be an honor to be able to watch American programming for once. Let's get to some of these comments. First one. Hey, Andrew, can I come on? Eric Marino. I will drop the comment or the link in the comment section here in a bit. Yeah, we get to a section where we invite all of the fans on. We put all the Bucs Report peeps on first so we can have a little fun, and then we open it up to our fans because also these guys get yelled at by me in the background that if I hear anything in their background, I'll kick you out, and you're never listen. I'll throw you off the cheap seats. Okay. Like literally, you're gonna go out of the ship. Exactly. Okay. I don't understand. I've never been to Raymond James Stadium. It looks like it wouldn't be that big of a fall, but then someone told me that Commonwealth Stadium, which is out here, is basically the exact same size as Raymond James Stadium. And I was just at the top of that son of a gun, and there's no damn way I'm falling off that thing. Nope. That's college.
Nosebleeds for a reason, man.
Yep. Carrie Koo, hello. Thank you for joining in. I appreciate every time that you get to come on. Leonie Gilt, boring. So is basically everything in your profile picture. And that, what the hell were you kissing a booty hole, or is that some kind of a pathetic excuse for a mustache around your lips? Come on, dude.
Holy Moses.
Were you always a Brady fan? No, and anybody at Bucs Report can tell you that for sure. Actually, Joshua Cole Allen, if you go back to an episode that me and him did back on season 2, I think here, he knows for a fact that I wasn't. So, ready to talk Bucs tonight? Yes, we will. Eric, we'll get to you in a bit here. Kyle Yacey, Tampa Bay and Atlanta doing preseason right. I mean, I guess. I don't want to say that we're doing anything right now.
I agree with that. They are doing it right. They're focusing on the individual players. They're not focusing on winning games.
Championship teams don't draft anything but championship quality players all the way down to the 7th round. Every single one of these players needs to be paid $40 million from other teams. Just saying.
Just stop. Chris Wilcox. Honestly, Chris Wilcox is the only one that probably isn't going to make the team out of the draftees.
And it does suck. I did like him a lot. So
did you? I did.
Good evening, sir.
Anything out of him, man.
And you did get your don't forget Britt in there, yeah. Man, is Tryon not a clone of JPP?
Did you see him on the sidelines doing some? He was getting some lessons from JPP between the series. He's in that guy's ear, and JPP's just going to school him up. He's going to be somebody. And man, look out, because Rondé Barber was impressed.
Yep. Yes, he was.
So I think he knows what he's looking at, and that says a lot for that kid.
I agree.
Except he can't remember his name. He doesn't know what his damn name is, and that hurts me. You go halfway through the preseason, you change your name. Boom. What's he going to be? He hate me now?
He didn't change his name. He's got the same uniform on as he had at Washington, guys.
Yep. Oh, I knew.
Well,
I knew that.
That's not true. But
yeah, it is true.
That's not true. Listen, you're wrong. You're wrong.
You can bring up. You watch the film if you want to. Whatever. You can look at his pictures. He's got Tryon on his back. Last year he didn't even play. So,
I was going to say, listen, Washington doesn't put names on their jerseys. You're both wrong. I'll kick both of you out of here. No.
Well, that may be.
No. Wilcox hasn't impressed. I agree. I thought Wilcox would. I'm a little bit more upset that we let Kinsley go and keep Wilcox. So, Eric Marino dropping the link. Eric Marino just asking for the link. Like never.
He's going from server to server, just jumping around from YouTube to Facebook. I think he's got his name up there. He's got a little sign. Please let me in.
Like, did all of a sudden you just like take a trip to Manitoba and just be like, hi, can I join? Come on. Speaking very true words. Devin White, number 25 on the top 100. That's finally
there's
a little bit of
quite
respect.
a few Bucs in that list,
which is good. They're just a little
low.
Little too low on a couple, a little too high on a couple. I think, like, you know what I mean? Just move them. Though the hate on Shaq Barrett, I'm like, listen, I'd only move him up maybe another 5 to 10 spots because if you look at some of the other pass rushers around the league and just what they're doing in 1 year spurts, I can understand why he's at the position that he's at right now, being at, I think it was 88, something, 86. I'd put him at 76 just because they're talking like top 100 players. And it wasn't necessarily Shaq that won the Super Bowl. It was the whole defense. But him, it's going to sound weird. I don't want to rank him too high for being, because last year he was a good player all around, but he was more so of a decoy for the rest of that defense to come off the other side because everybody started to line up their best players on him or on his side. I
disagree with that because they were pulling him into different positions once Vita Vea went down. Shaq was playing all over the field. He wasn't designated as a pass rusher anymore. He was designated as filling gaps.
He did his job.
He did his job, and then it hit. Yeah. But then it hindered on the stat side technically. So that's why I'm saying I can see why they put him so low, but I'd only throw him 10 spots higher just because I know how the NFL top 100 usually works. And it is a little disrespectful to put him in the 80s for what he's done over the last couple of years, but they still got like Von Miller and crap like that up there rated so high. And I'm like, get out of here. In the last 2 years, Shaq has the most sacks of any player in the NFL. For the last well, I mean, that's still pretty easy though when you throw 20 and a half sacks in 1 year. And most players don't even get 10 in one. They'd be begging for like $13 million if they got 10 sacks in 2 years. They're like, give me money.
You got a guy in Los Angeles that's pretty close to that.
The Chargers?
Yeah.
The Bosa there.
No, the Rams. The Rams. Last year. So
Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald. Yeah. Mr. Irrelevant. Yes, thank you. Everybody was calling me on that. Yeah, Mr. Irrelevant. There we go. Kinsley. Yes, thank you. And then did Pat Connor make it? Yes, he did. He's made it to the final 80 right now.
Stay on the team.
I think he is. And if not, he's going to be one of those when he gets cut, you're like, like, damn it kind of thing. So,
well, I'm going to warn people in a week from Tuesday, they're going to cut people. And you're going to recognize a whole bunch of them. They're going to have to let people go that are going to be picked up like that. And they're good quality players. They just don't have a place for them on this roster.
You're not going to recognize a bunch of them because a bunch of them were brought in as meat anyway.
Well, yeah, but there's a guy like Pat O'Connor. If he doesn't make it, you'll know it. And they'll make noise about it.
Pat O'Connor's not going to make the team. They didn't think he was going to make it last year. They didn't think he was going to make it this year.
Also, Ryan Evans, thank you for tuning in tonight, buddy.
Yeah. That's like Earl Watford. Earl Watford is probably going to be one of those guys once everybody gets healthy on that offensive line and stuff. Earl Watford will be gone again.
Oh, a Wheezy's World. Arian said that Pinion made that kick in practice. I actually did not hear that. Thank you for letting me know that. I'm gonna have to watch these.
We have a second kicker for field goals.
Borgosian or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And he can kick them from 61. That's what I've heard in the training camp. So why didn't they put him out there to do that? I don't understand it. That didn't make sense.
I guess just because Pinion did it in practice, they said, you know what? It's 34-3. Who the fudge cares at this point? Just go out and have fun. Tapazio, thank you for tuning in, says block him. Andrew's about ESPN Plus. Message me after that. Oh, here we go.
There you go.
If Villa stays healthy, Shaq's sack numbers will be back up. Now,
yes, they will.
I actually think it would probably either stay the same or be like one lower or one higher, just because everybody's going to want to eat now, right? If JPP, let's just assume this for a second. Let's just say JPP is not done after this season. Like Sue already kind of had that, I'm debating the retirement, and they're like, come back for one more year. And he's like, all right. And I'm almost guaranteeing you Sue is done after this season. Almost guaranteed.
I think so.
I could put some money on that because I'm that close to being like, you know what? Yeah, the writings are kind of on the wall. And I think after this season, when Sue's gone, JPP will kind of have that thought in his head a little bit, being like, you know, like we could do this. But let's just say for the odd chance he doesn't, right? He's still going to want to eat just as much as everybody else on that defensive line and on that linebacking core, because one of the biggest selling points in the NFL for, you know, fan bases and stuff like that is obviously sacks. There's other things that come into major contract negotiations and pressures, and quarterback pressures being another big key one. And he is very, very good at that, because he is basically what we're saying Joe Tryon is right now, how he's always in the tackles and he's always there. That's the same thing with JPP. JPP is always getting through, busting through those lines, making sure that he's getting around, or at least being vocal afterwards. And we've seen that a lot too. Like those gold grills just chirping at you. I will come at you, man. One night of this. And I'm like, yo, we need more of that. We definitely need more of that. And I think we got that with Joe Tryon. But the other side of it too, my point was, if he does eat and the Bucs don't necessarily re-sign him, because we might do that weird third-year thing where it's like you're going to have to take a pay cut or you're gone. And some of these guys are going to be like, I've done it already a couple of times. I can't do it. I got to go get my money. JPP might want to eat up a couple more this year and try and get that contract afterwards, because they've already drafted Joe Tryon. I mean, Chris Godwin has seen the writings on the wall here as well. Ronald Jones has seen the writing on the walls here. OJ Howard has kind of seen the writings on the wall here with some of the other players that they're bringing in or keeping around. I mean, Tom Brady sees the writings on the wall, but it's not the same thing as the other guys. Tom Brady knows when his time is going to be done. Kyle Trask goes in. But Chris Godwin isn't going to get a 7-year contract when Tyler Johnson is sitting right there at, say, like $110 million or 120, whatever he'd ask for. He's going to have to sit and take a 2 to 3 year $1 million contract after the season's done if he wants to stick around. And it has to be respectively friendly, because what the Buccaneers are building right now is something that hasn't been done, but it also cannot necessarily continue unless you're winning, because then Chris Godwin would be like, you know, screw it. I got 2 or 3 wings here with Tampa. I'll just stay here. And all of a sudden me and Evan's names will be right beside each other up on this stadium or the next stadium. They can help build that next stadium, right? So some of these players might be playing right now for the ring. Some of these guys might also see the writings on the wall, might want to try and get their money or get their stats so they can get that money somewhere else, where I think JPP might be, you know, trying to do that this year. Or you might take that retirement route. Either which way, we got the replacements here, man. So
yeah, we can replace one of them. We couldn't replace if Shaq went out of town and JPP went out of town, we'd be kind of in a fix. Wouldn't exactly work out.
We could do okay with Vita down the middle and adding, because the Bucs, we got Shaq Barrett at a premium discount compared to what he's getting right now, obviously. And we would do the same thing. Like we could go out there. KJ Britt might come in and actually do something pretty okay. Might find another Roaches. Roaches would stay more on like the line, but I guess he could be used on that right side or that left side. Yeah.
Rotation with JPP. He played rotation with JPP all last year. So
now, speaking of Roaches, did you guys see Roaches actually was near the coaches?
Yeah,
even for offense.
He was the coach. I mean, it looked like him and Arians looked like mirrors standing next to each other. Mean,
right?
They were,
but
they had
Roach
on their face.
Oh yeah, Roaches had this like I want to coach. Like let me do this. Like I can do this. You know what I mean? And he's just around. He's making comments, and I can't tell obviously what the comments are. But these comments, and what he's doing, it does seem like the Buccaneers are starting to build their own coaching tree.
Well, that would be Arians' coaching tree, and I don't know of anybody that he's ever had go into the NFL yet. Who's been on his tree from the time he's been with Indianapolis?
Well, Shipley is now technically a coach. Some of the other players from, I think, Pittsburgh, when he was a intern, went over with him to Indianapolis. I'd have to obviously read up on all that.
Look on the team right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's his coaching tree right there. Kitchens. Mm-hmm. What's the other guy's name? That's
Leftwich.
No, I'm talking about head coaches, man.
Oh, but see, I'm talking past that right now because
that's
when we talk about, but even these coaching trees that we've seen before with Belichick's or McVay's, because McVay came off to somebody else's, not Bill Walsh's, but actually, I want to do think it was Bill Walsh's tree technically.
Or his origin was with John Gruden, and it shows.
Yeah,
and then Gruden came off of whose technically?
Andy Reid.
Was he not? Andy Reid's and okay, Andy Reid's. I think what Bruce Arians is doing, just personal opinion here, because you've seen what happened with Shipley and you've seen what happened with a couple of these other guys on the roster. They got brought back in and they're doing some sort of coaching. I think what Arians might be doing is he's
done it everywhere.
Yeah, let's get all the players to do it now. Like we've starting to see players actually make president of operations down, say in Washington, old players anyway. We're starting to see females get into the league a little bit well, and he's doing a great job at that. Let me remind everybody.
Which is a coach now, because Arians started his career path off in Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Yeah, we got a little man that is on our coaching staff too. I saw him standing next to Bruce Arians last night. And I was going to make a real bad joke about the Oompa Loompas were on our sideline, but that wouldn't have been nice.
Yeah.
It's not appropriate anymore, Matt.
No, it's not.
Toward one of Andrew's first comments about the special teams, Bucs fans will love the fact that Keith Tandy is a special teams coach.
Yeah. And where did Tandy come from?
The Buccaneers.
Exactly.
But he wasn't from Arians.
He was actually fun to watch. Not Arians, no. But that's what I mean. Is I think
just that far from being great, man. He was he was very smart, but he just didn't have the physical ability to go out there and do a shit.
Same with the two guys that we've had before that were kind of in that role that I think after, like, give it another 5 or 10 years, and I think you'll see them in some sort of coaching role or around the NFL in some way. Ryan Smith, our nickel corner that we had last year, and Bradley McDougall, who's now, I think, with the Titans actually now.
Antoine Randall,
yep. Buchanan, he was with the Cardinals for a bit, and he came as like a linebacker safety. When Arians first came over, they released him, but he stuck around as like I want to say like a health and conditioning guy. But that's what I mean is Arians is creating this weird tree now, and this is just my opinion, of course. I don't want anyone to be like, the redheaded Canadian said Arians is doing this, and I believe him now. I don't need that type of a following yet here. Okay, let me get down to a couple of games and meet some of these guys first, and then we can start having those conversations. But just as an outside perspective, you just look at, for me being in Canada, I only get certain camera angles at certain times. So I don't look at everything that they're showing me all the time. I look at everything that's around. What are the players saying? What are the motions of everybody? What is other people doing behind the coach? Who's near the coach? Who's away from the coach? All those things matter to me more nowadays because we have Todd Bowles and because we have Brian Leftwich and because AQ Shipley has gone on the Pat McAfee show a few times and been like, things are a lot different now that I'm a coach, dude. And he's not necessarily like a coach, but the opportunity because of his knowledge and what he's wanted to do after football is there with Bruce Arians. And that's also leading into what I was going to say to end this and then get to Kyle's comment. I don't think it's far-fetched to think that Brady is going to have a major role with this organization in one way, shape, or form when he is done playing. I can almost guarantee that.
Since day one, man. He went to a teacher. Arians is known as a teacher. That's what he does.
See, I don't necessarily think it was as of day one. I think it was when just before the bye weeks happened, and you could see it on Brady's face where he's like, I'm taking over this fudging offense. Like, this is my flipping offense, and I'm doing what I want. And Arians, being the smart coach / GM-ish, was like, all right, go ahead. And even John Lynch, John Lynch being our GM was like, listen, I got to be a smart GM and start acting as like kind of Jason Light. Or Jason Light, my apologies, not John Lynch, Jason Light. Jason Light had to start acting as more of an owner instead of a GM and be like, okay, if I let my coach do this in a normal situation, this would be like, screw off, I'm the GM. I choose what I want to and this, that, and everything else. No, if your head coach is being a little bit more laid back to the head quarterback who is also leading you to success, I'm going to be a little bit more laid back and try and act as an owner and try and get the appropriate tools around the organization as a whole to make it better. Because, I mean, if AQ Shipley is making the water boys better in the damn morning, the water boys are going to be making the players better because they're getting that water or that Gatorade or their whatever in that bottle. Hennessy, who the hell cares? Like, whatever's in that bottle is getting to them on that field in an appropriate time. And I've seen countless times where it's like a thrown comment by some of these players before where they talk about training staff and stuff like that. And most of those comments have come from Cincinnati before, where they're like, if training staff was just better here, then maybe I would have stayed around or this organization would have been better. And it's like, oh, see, it's not always the coaches. It's the franchise as a whole.
One thing that Arians is going to leave as a legacy is this schematic that he laid out here in Tampa with the 150 plus coaches for the 53 players on the final roster. It sounded really strange when he did it, but the results were obvious. And now with his empowering minorities and empowering women and all of that stuff that he's put on that staff, there won't be that complaint from other organizations if they follow suit that the training staff sucks, because people can see that between TB12 and having enough coaches and trainers on the field and everything, your injury rate goes down, your recovery time is shortened, and the players are generally happy and more productive because we've gotten more diamonds out of the pile of crap than any other team in the league because we can coach up the almost guys, the ones on the practice squad, almost good enough, and they've got time to work with them and the personnel to do that no other team before Bruce was doing. I mean, he even said most of the teams in the NFL are sticking out. They're sticking the practice squad players just on the other end of the field. They're not giving them anything, and that's not even practice. That's called loafing around.
Grant Stewart is Mr. Irrelevant, and we're looking at him to hopefully be a backup. Like, hello, please, right?
Yeah, so right. Well, they did the same thing.
I want to answer Kyle's question, man.
Sorry, hold on, Matt. Finish your comment there.
Oh,
I was going to say, you saw the transition of Donovan Smith last year from the Donovan Smith the years before at the beginning of the season till the middle of the first month to 6 weeks. All of a sudden, nobody knew Donovan Smith was on the field because you never heard him getting flags. He didn't do anything to get the quarterback hurt. It was just a whole different player. And somebody pulled him off to the side and worked on his footwork and his leverage and took the time to get him on the sideline and say, you've got all the talent you need. You're doing this wrong. Yeah. And this is how we're going to fix it. And the proof was in the pudding because by the Super Bowl, he's just one of the other offensive linemen. and nobody's yelling his name every time you see a flag, which I am guilty of doing for all the time that Jameis was here, because I couldn't stand that guy. He just pissed me off. Part of it has to do with Brady being able to go back 1, 2, 3, release, and know that that's the meter in his head. And part of it has to do with the coaches taking him to the side and saying, you're doing this completely out of whack, and we're going to straighten it out. Yeah. And he became a good student. And that three things was the combo that made him a much better player. He may never be Hall of Fame, but he's good. And you don't get to crying about him anymore.
Nope. What year do you see the Panthers ruling the NFC South if you had to guess? Not until they get a proper quarterback, but
I got the answer.
What's that?
I got the answer. Never.
I mean, they ruled the NFC South for a couple of years there, so
that was their one shot. They had the shot and they blew it. They freaking blew it. They walked into that stadium in Gillette, well, wherever it was, the Super Bowl, but they walked up there and they got their hand at. But
I literally had just saw a highlight of that Super Bowl, and I don't remember the hell it was. Eric Marino, Andrew, let me come on. Andrew, drop the link so I can come in the lobby.
Oh, quit that.
Drop the link, Andrew.
That's almost obnoxious.
Eric, before you get on, I'm going to let you know that you're starting to sound like a certain Canadian that used to be on this show. That's usually not accepted. So, but yeah, you could come on before we do Hypothetical Corner and stuff like that. But I swear to God, Eric, if I hear anything in the background, you're out. I swear to God, not playing that game with you anymore, dude. I don't care if it sounds mean or not. So, but link is in the comments there. Y'all can go in.
Dun, dun, dun.
Fred. Ooh, Freddy Fred. Hi, Fred. Thank you for tuning in today, Fred. We are going to do Hypothetical Corner here in about 2 minutes and 50 seconds. I did it right in time. I can do quick math. Quick math. So I usually take this time. Quick shout out to everybody in the comment section. Shout out to Bucs Report. Shout out to them for allowing North Sports Dynasty to be on their platform. It's a good little say give and take, I guess you would say. I want to be able to help all the Buccaneer fans out there win some fantasy football and get some fantasy football knowledge in there as well. And yeah, so shout out to them. Shout out to the Miscreant Mash that usually happens, or Bash that happens on Saturdays at right after the game, but 7, I'm assuming.
No, we'll be at 9 o'clock the week after
9,
the opening weekend of the games of the regular season. We're going to get preempted on next Sunday or next Saturday to break in Rick Hughes' new show. So we got a week off.
New one. All right, and then we got Johnny Dean show is on Thursdays with my co-host Alex Loosemore.
That is true.
So you can check that out.
9:30 Eastern time.
There you go. 9:30 Eastern time. All right, we'll bring in one of the other guys here, Mr. Eric Marino. How are we doing tonight, buddy?
You're not gonna hear no background noise. I'm in the fitness center at the hotel, so it's all good.
Oh, there you go. How have you been, buddy?
Good. I just got back from Colorado on Saturday.
Oh, what are you doing down there?
I went to Coors Field and saw my family for a week.
Nice. I think you got most of your family down in Colorado, and you're just living in Tampa now, then, or?
I live in Lakeland.
Oh, my apologies. I thought you were down in Tampa. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm Canadian. Where's Lakeland?
Polk County, Florida.
Okay. So you're still in Florida. Okay, I got you.
Cowboys in week 1.
Hey, listen, if Dak is not playing.
Are you going to be there? Anyone else going to be there?
I can't leave my country, man. I don't think Johnny and Matt will be there either. No, I think it's just. Are you going week 1?
Yeah, my friend got an next season ticket. We're sitting in like section 121.
Oh, very good, very good.
Yeah,
take pictures. Oh yeah. Okay, so you know what I need you guys to do? Just take pictures. Maybe I'm gonna try and do something cool for that. Everybody, just take pictures. I want to see if people would take pictures for me more than they would take pictures for Rick. That would be fun.
Well, you gotta take videos, Dan, and say something.
Oh yeah.
I tried to do that at the Elks game that I was at last weekend, but I was way too inebriated to do anything like that. So
yeah, he comes out of the game and does this little video, and there's no image of the stadium whatsoever.
No, I was walking away. It was way too loud in the stadium. So
you could at least took a picture of the stadium, man. It was right behind you.
I mean, that's true. All right. Let's get into the hypothetical corner. Which one of these videos do I? Oh, no. Rick took down the other one. Good. I like that. So then it's this one. No, it's not that one. Don't have a heart attack. I'm sorry. Try this again. So it's actually a hypothetical corner, but then, and then there's this, but I wanted to give the guys a heart attack by doing it.
Stupid Bucs fans say.
How'd that feel?
Dun, dun, dun.
All right, guys, let's start it off with this. Let me go to my banner and say, screw the banner for a little bit.
I got a question.
Of course.
For everybody, Matt, Johnny.
Right before I'm about to do my segment. Thanks, Eric.
Sorry, are we worried about the juice, OJ?
Oh no.
Just real quick.
What?
OJ Howard, you mean?
Triage center around. I'm not too worried about him.
And they're saying something about a trade. I mean, I don't know, but
he's not going anywhere. We're not going to let him go yet. He's still on his rookie deal, I think.
Yeah.
His last year, his 5th-year option.
Well, yeah, you don't worry about that until the end of the year, and then he'll probably be gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he ends up on IR again, they're going to cut him. That's just a fact.
Back to the segment.
I mean,
now and back to the segment here. All right, guys. Yes, Eric. Thank you. All right. One cookie must go.
E.
Peanut butter.
E.
D.
Frosted sugar sucks.
Oh, yeah.
B is gone. Get B the hell out of there.
I can live off of oatmeal.
So you can take them all off of there.
Snickerdoodle. Oh man, I can do A and C all day, and F.
No, give me A and D all day. But man, B and E can just die. Everybody else in the comment section, drop in what one cookie must go. A, B, C, D, E, F, no G. Oh, we got Fred.
One that I would take, and that'd be the double chocolate. Give me 5 or 6.
Fred says
oatmeal gotta go.
I agree. Oatmeal raisin gotta go.
You don't know what's good for you. That's the only cookie out there that you can actually eat and say it's almost healthy.
I don't want cookies that are healthy for me. And raisins are like literally. There's 3 things in this world that I would literally take a bullet in the head before I eat. Okay, the first thing on that damn list is molasses beans. If you put that in front of me and said this is your last meal, I say no, sir. The last meal is the bullet in your gun. Give it to me.
You're talking
my
baked beans? Are you?
Yeah,
serious?
get that hell. Like, if there was an apocalypse and I went to a factory and that's the only thing I could eat, I would just off myself, dude. I wouldn't even try.
What's wrong with you, dude?
Wouldn't even try.
You put a cap on it with bacon and just let that stuff simmer in the oven.
I'm gonna kick you out of here. I swear to God.
Right there, you're disrespecting. You can't disrespect baked beans, man.
I will disrespect anything on my show. But also, I think everybody's kind of in the same book. We got B's. We got an F. The F was the double chocolate. Really?
Yeah, that's not good. You get chocolate on your fingers when you're trying to eat them. Jeez.
So much chocolate, though.
What is wrong with you? That's you like donuts?
All right.
Donuts on your fingers too.
All right. Here's a fun one. This one might be a little bit difficult for Matt. I'm not sure how Eric is with fantasy football, but you got $10. Build your fantasy squad.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I can read the names.
Yeah, you got for your quarterbacks. You got
going to do this. Rodgers, Stafford, Mayfield.
I put this in to the dude. Like I told him, I send him the StreamYard link every time, and if he's watching, you would that's why I say.
What? He's going to feel slighted because he didn't realize this was on here.
What do you mean he's going to feel slighted. Message him right now and tell him I'm on doing this. Then you do that right now because there's the one that he sent me that we'll get to. Okay. So
are we gonna?
But anyways,
we're gonna just go around the robin on here. Go around the horn.
For all the people who are listening, though, the quarterbacks quickly. We'll go from the $4 down is Lamar Jackson, Aaron Rodgers, Stafford, Mayfield. Running backs are Kamara, Eckler, Swift, and Williams. You got wide receiver and Stephon Diggs, Brown, Lockett, and Smith-Schuster. Tight ends is Kittle, Hawkinson, Goddard, and Gesicki. Go ahead, Matt.
Okay, well, I'm going to go conservative on money and spend $3 on Rodgers, and that leaves me 7. So then I can have Kamara, and then Lockett, and I don't, that's what I got. I just, I don't even know who that is. Is that Miami?
Yeah, that's Miami's tight end there.
All
right,
you're
Eric.
never gonna get points out of Miami.
All right. All right. Let's go. Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
Let's go DeAndre Swift at running back.
Yeah, good one.
Let's see. I got and then receiver. Hold on. Receiver. Let's go Tyler Lockett.
Yeah.
And then you got $1.
And he's got $2.
Oh, he's got
Let's
$2.
go Mr. Dallas Goedert from the Philadelphia Eagles.
That's a nice one there. I don't mind that team at all. What about you, Johnny?
I'm fixing to spend money, man.
I'm fixing to spend some money.
I want Kittle, Diggs, Jackson, Eckler. Oh, wait a minute. I went.
Whoa. How much?
Yeah, I was like,
you're over. You're like 12 points.
Right. Yeah. 12. It's 15, right?
12.
No,
10.
Read the banner up there, Johnny. It says,
come on, Johnny.
I can't see that little shit.
10 Americans.
That's why I asked him. If I could see it, I wouldn't ask. Okay, you see how thick these glasses are? I'm blind.
Oh,
right?
dear God.
And they're bifocals.
Oh, my God.
So Chan sucks, man. That's not nothing I can do with nothing with.
That means you can get Lamar Jackson.
Jackson.
3 other people.
I got it, dude. Give me
Eckler or
Jackson and Kittle, and then give me good God,
Schuster and Williams.
Schuster, yeah,
and Williams. All right, that'd be interesting.
Not bad.
That's not really that bad of a deal. You might actually get something out of that.
I like Carl. Johnny gets 15.
Give me $15. I had it all added up for 15.
Give me Lockett and Stafford for 4, Hawkinson for 7, and then Eckler for 10.
Yeah,
I like the PPR on that one there.
All right.
So this next one here, that one I was saving. Don't look at that one. Don't look at that one.
I did, and I want to do it.
Nope. You can only pick one from each row.
What the?
These are all ice creams. Yeah, these are all ice creams that you would find at the old school to middle school, I guess you would say, ice cream trucks. This is late 1990s to early 2000s.
All right. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm taking chips galore on the first line. That's the chocolate chip thing at the far right.
Yeah.
And then screwball. No, wait a minute. What are those nutty bars? What are the nutty bars? They're
those nutty bars?
I want the. Yeah, I can't read the thing, but in the second row, it's the last next to the last one on the right.
Okay, yeah, that's like the drumstick there.
Yeah, something like that. And for fun, I'll take the Harley Quinn.
The Powerpuff Girl, but yeah, you're pretty close.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. You can tell where my mind's at. And then the cherry screwball for the win. That's what I always got. That was the lock right there.
And the blue raspberry.
Nice. Yeah, the blue raspberry one would have been dope too. All right, Eric, what do you got?
All right, I got what is that? The Oreo next to the Chips Ahoy,
Yep. Oreo sandwich.
and then the old fashioned ice cream sandwich.
Ooh, okay.
All right.
Let's see. Let's go. Let's go Batman,
Yeah.
and then the blue raspberry ball.
Nice. I like that one too, actually. Johnny, what do you got?
The malt cup, and that's it. Since I overspent on the last one, I'll just go cheap on this.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, there's not a price limit on this one.
No,
Just
only
one
one from
drink.
each line. Yeah.
He's trying to
I
tell
would
you he
take.
doesn't.
Go ahead, Matt.
Oh, I was being a smart ass. Go ahead.
You were actually right. You were actually right, Matt. I don't care about any of the rest of that crap.
Give me that Chips Ahoy sandwich. Give me that chocolate bar right in the damn middle. That like sprinkled outside one. Like, that looks so damn good. I used to get the Spider-Man one, and if Spider-Man wasn't available, I'd always get Tweety Bird because nobody would ever get Tweety Bird, so I got Tweety Bird. And then give me that rocket pop on the far right on the bottom. Those things are my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
Those firecracker rocket pops, whatever you call them.
Red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
The fudge bar with the yellow and the brown. That was
the salute. The America popsicle. All right, let's go to this one here.
I still want to do this for my Freedom Unlimited group, man.
Freedom Unlimited. What the hell is Freedom Unlimited?
You're in it.
It's an underground militia.
Oh, that's right. I got you. Let's go to this one. You have to pick one of these pills. You could look 15 years younger. You get X-ray vision, freezing everything from touch, communicate with animals, add 3 inches to your height. You're invisible for an hour. Read minds for 3 days. Increase your bust 2 cup sizes. Predict your own death. Cure for Ebola or 30% more brain power.
Wow. None of that stuff. I'm not that vain. I don't really care.
Also, earlier, Kyle said Mayfield, Gesicki, Eckler, Diggs, and Smith-Schuster. He got a deal there. Good job, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bargain.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with increase my wife's breast sizes 2 cups because it wouldn't be for me, right?
Yeah, that's true. All right, Eric, what do you got?
What I got that.
Let's see. Since I love animals, I would communicate with animals. That's an easy one for me.
Dr.
You
Doolittle.
and Fred have the same one. Fred just said communicate with animals.
Nice.
That's
Johnny.
That was a good one, but I got to go with 30% more brain power so I can remember things again.
That's fair. I thought about this one. Like I know which one I would pick, but like 30 or where is it? The cure for Ebola might actually just make you really rich. So I was like, I mean, that'd be kind of cool, I guess. But
people going to buy it as third world countries. I mean, my God.
Read minds for 3 days. That's the one I would do because there's a lot of knowledge that you could probably sell off to by reading people's brains for 3 days.
That's why you'd be reading minds, sure.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. You can only pick one of these baseball movies. These are some of the most iconic baseball movies of all time.
Dang.
Rookie of the Year, Little Big League, Major League, The Sandlot, 42, Bo Burnham, Moneyball, Field of Dreams. These are some of the ones that are on there, but you can only pick one. Go ahead, Matt.
Isn't that Bull Durham down there in the bottom right?
That it is.
Oh, because I don't see a title on that. I think out of that group, that's the one I want.
Fair enough. What do you got there, Eric?
Moneyball.
Okay.
Oh Christ. Bull Durham, because you don't have to like baseball to enjoy that movie.
Yeah. See, I would pick Bo Burnham, but because people have already picked that on here, I would either then go with Major League or Sandlot.
Both of those I would go with too.
Those are really good movies. Field of Dreams is also really good.
Darth Vader has a 1920s Yankees signed baseball.
Ooh, all right. Let's go with this one. You can only pick 3 to eat for an entire year for free. Choose wisely.
All right.
for free. Some of the choices here for some of our fans are Wendy's, Taco Bell. That would be Hardee's, Subway, McDonald's, Moe's, Quiznos, Red Lobster, KFC, Olive Garden, JJ's, Chili's, Chick-fil-A, Starbucks, In-N-Out, Chipotle, Applebee's, and Burger King.
Gosh, you only live a year if that's what you're eating.
Right.
JJ.
Some of the comments here, quick. Read mine for 3 days was Kyle's, and he also said the rookie. Interesting.
Well, he's playing along on every step, isn't he? Kyle gets the gold star tonight. Best comment guy.
Kyle and Carl, Fred, Rich, they've all kind of been following along here. So
that's true.
What's the one right above Starbucks there?
That's
my
JJ.
turn, Johnny. That's
Jimmy John's.
Oh, it's Jimmy John's. My apologies.
What'd you call it? JJ's Chili or something?
Yeah, it's like JJ's. I literally thought that was the Jim Beam logo for a second, and then I was like, that's another J. No. I'm just drunk. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, here's mine. I'm going Red
Go for it
for free. That's a gimme.
Okay.
I'll take Chipotle because I don't have one local. I'll drive 50 miles to get one of those burritos. That is
Really?
something wrong up there.
Nice.
And Quiznos when I'm in a hurry.
Fair enough.
Are they
Fair
still
enough.
in business?
What's that, Eric?
Are they still is Quiznos still in business? I thought they.
Up here it is. Up here in
They took
Canada
my
they
money
are.
the other day.
Yeah, we're here too.
They're overpriced.
All right, Eric,
and
what do you
not
got?
well populated.
All right, I'm going Olive Garden.
Yeah, buddy.
My dad worked there. Let's see. Let's go Chick-fil-A.
Nice.
And let's go Moe's Southwest Grill.
Ooh.
Oh, never eaten at Moe's.
Okay.
Don't know what
Moe's
they
got?
got.
Oh, best
What-
quesadillas.
Yeah.
Case Killas? Hells yeah, I gotta go there.
Okay.
What do you
I
got, Johnny?
Easy one, man. Moe's, Olive Garden. No, scratch Olive Garden. No, I'll do the JJ. Do the JJ and Chili's.
JJ's, Moe's, and Chili's. Okay. That's not bad. I don't mind that. Get a couple of comments in here before I give mine. Kyle said Burger King, Taco Bell, and Olive Garden.
That's a man on the run right there. He's got drive-through, and a sit down. That's
a man getting the runs with that Taco Bell selection.
He'd have to install a suck pump to keep his blood moving.
Yep. Moe's, Olive Garden, and Starbucks for Fred. Mine, give me Olive Garden, give me Burger King, just like Kyle was saying there. But man, give me Applebee's. I used to go to Applebee's all the time when I was a kid, man. That I would go there for my birthday all the time. All you can eat riblet baskets. Give me 5 of those bastards up front for my 13th birthday.
Nice.
David says McDonald's for the fries and then Applebee's because I can make everything at everybody else's restaurant from Applebee's. Hey, that's pretty cool.
That's
I like that.
a good one. Yeah.
That's
a
pretty
thinker.
good.
I didn't see
right there.
Applebee's, honestly. So
See, and that's kind of the reason, like I was thinking of this. I'm like, for a whole year, because then I wouldn't, like if I played it out properly, you wouldn't necessarily have to buy that many groceries. So Burger King's like your fast food one for me. And then Olive Garden and Applebee's are every 2 days, like for my meals. So that's the way that I would think that one out. So yeah,
you got to have one sit down place that you get a decent, combination of nutrition instead of just fast fry food.
And
if I
Olive Garden is literally 2 vegetables in the name, there better be some damn good healthy food there.
Their Caesar salad is the bomb. Absolutely.
Yeah,
bomb.
buddy. Breadsticks too.
Yeah.
Give me Olive Garden. Give me Olive Garden breadsticks, the Red Lobster biscuits, and the Applebee's riblets, all on one little.
All day.
That'd be
All
so
day.
nice.
I wish they had Permanis on that list.
That's a heart attack right there.
That would have been it.
Oh, for sure. What's up, Matt?
I was going to say, let's do it the other way around and say 3 that we cannot eat at for a year. What would those be? And
Taco Bell.
That would be Hardee's, In-N-Out.
I actually like Hardee's.
Hardee's sucks. And Wendy's. Yes, they do. Wendy's, Hardee's, and In-N-Out would be off my list, and it would not bother me. I could live my whole life without that.
Give me 3. Give me 3 that you wouldn't eat at.
Hardee's, Subway, and Quiznos.
Hardee's, Subway's, Quiznos, go! I like that. Johnny.
Chick-fil-A, Starbucks, In-N-Out.
Oh.
I agree with that one too.
If it was for a year, KFC, Red Lobster, and Taco Bell. Like, there's only literally one thing that I would probably eat on the Red Lobster menu. So,
Oh my!
And that
what is it? It's that spicy chicken Alfredo spaghetti, and I'm not even an Alfredo fan, but I'm like, that's actually pretty damn good when you just load it up with Parmesan.
Right.
If you go to Olive Garden, you can get that as their mainstay. If you go to Red Lobster, it's because you're cheap. You can't afford anything else with their pasta.
Restaurants not to eat at: Quiznos, Hardee's, and Red Lobster because I'm allergic to shellfish.
That's good.
That's a pretty good reason, yeah. And then Hardee's, Subway, and JJ's or Jimmy John's. All right, here's one.
Jimmy John's is overrated, big time. But
I gotta still try some of these American companies first before I can make any type of comment on that. So, let's go with this next one.
They want a 10 spot for a steak and cheese. That's just ridiculously high.
Ooh.
It's not that good.
One
has to go.
One has to go. Marvel, DC, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, or Star Wars?
Well, it's not Lord of the Rings because of my partner over here. Let me see if I can get him in. There he is.
There you go. Yeah.
Hey. All right. So I'm not a Harry Potter person. So that's mine.
Fair enough. All right, Eric, what about you?
LOR, Lord of the Rings.
Ooh, interesting. Johnny?
Harry Potter.
Yeah, I'd have to throw Harry Potter in there too. I love DC way too much. If I said Lord of the Rings, my wife wouldn't have sex with me for a few days. So
and
she'd be like, "Oh,
just say Marvel or Star Wars, dude." That's
I wouldn't even say it. Like Marvel. Maybe 10 years ago, I would have thrown out of there and been like, "Screw it." I would have taken Wingardium Leviosa over Iron Man any day. But now I'm like, hell, no, I'm so deep in this shit. It's woo. I almost said bad things. Teresa Baxter says, "Hi guys, driving and listening." All right, Teresa, I'll make sure not to yell really quick. Sorry. Kyle Yacy also says Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter by David. All right. Here is the bigger one of the hypothetical corner of the night, sent in by the dude. That's why I was like, where the hell is he tonight? But we'll get him another week.
Man.
I know. You have
we did this the other day.
But now it's different bands. You have $100 to book the Ultimate Classic Rock Metal Tour lineup.
Oh, well, hell.
Whoa.
So $50 is Iron Maiden, Black Sabbath, and Metallica. 40 is AC/DC, Van Halen, and Aerosmith. 30 is Guns N' Roses, Motley Crue, and Judas Priest. 20 is Def Leppard, Whitesnake, and Scorpions. $10 row is Rat, Skid Row, and Cinderella. You have $100 to build the greatest rock metal tour lineup and go. Mr. Matt Colson, or really, if people need more time, you can pass it on to anybody else.
Well, I'm taking the original Black Sabbath, not the one with Ron and James Dio or whoever.
All of these bands are hypothetical at the top of their prime, I guess you would say.
Yeah, I'm taking the original Black Sabbath, and then they'll be opened by Guns N' Roses if they show up, and then. And then Def Leppard, I guess, because girls dig it. That's going to get you laid.
Okay,
That's
I'm
great.
confused.
Girls dig dudes with one hand. I know.
How is this? I'm confused, man.
What's up?
So, all right, it's one band from each of the dollar figures.
Nope.
Right?
You just have $100 to book the ultimate lineup.
All right.
You can do.
So if I say
mix and match you want.
$50, that $50 covers Iron Maiden, Black Sabbath, and Metallica.
No,
that
one of those.
One of those bands.
Okay, I thought that was like.
No, or technically two of them if you wanted to pay that much, but.
Well, I was just.
Okay. I love this comment though by Tapasio. Tom Brady can't go. He's the real Lord of the Rings. Damn right he is. That's a great comment.
That's a thumbs up. Yay.
Yeah, comment of the night right there. Good job.
Metallica, Motley Crue, Scorpions.
Okay.
Wow.
Metallica, Motley Crue, and Scorpions. Okay. I like that. That's kind of close to what I would probably pick too. All right, Eric, what do you got?
All right, I'm going Metallica.
Yeah.
Def Leppard.
Yeah.
Cinderella and Scorpions.
Ooh, that's a nice one too.
Yeah, he's going to have a festival.
Oh, yeah.
There's going to be some historical crap on you at that concert.
Def Leppard, GNR, and Black Sabbath. That would also be. I think that's the same. Or no, that's a little close to what Matt was saying. I have the same as Matt. So the same as Matt is what David would say.
He's got great taste, that David.
Man, guy. You know what? Give me. How would I work this out? Okay, so give me Aerosmith and give me Motley Crue at 70. And then give me the whole.
Oh, you're going to do a festival too, huh?
Yeah, I thought about it. I was like, give me the whole bottom row. But I'm like, you know what would be really cool? Aerosmith, Motley Crue, and then opening up for those guys. Take your pick between Rat or Skid Row, but I would say Skid Row and then Whitesnake.
Yeah. Whitesnake.
That would.
At one point, they were really, really good. The last three down there on the bottom to me are just hair bands. That they're all 70 now, so they don't look anything like we remember them.
Now hold on, Whitesnake sings this "Still of the Night." I fudging love that song, man. You have no idea.
He hits that with the drum in the back. Still of the night,
right?
Still of the night.
You know what?
Night.
Just you wait for my Facebook story tomorrow morning. I'm gonna wake up to that thing blaring in this fudging house. Holy crap! All right, comments. A couple people had theirs in as well. Fred also says Maiden, Skid Row, Metallica. I don't know. You couldn't do that. It'd just be Maiden and Metallica. But my dad would say the same thing. My dad would be like Iron Maiden, and then when Iron Maiden's done, can we just watch them again tomorrow? Be like, there you go, Dad. I used to work for the Boys and Girls Club, and they had a fundraiser where AC/DC played it, and I can't remember his name, but me and the lead guitarist got into it, and they sent me out to work the crowd instead of the stage.
That's Malcolm Young.
Malcolm Young, yeah.
He was a rhythm guy.
See, you're just like my dad, Fred, Maiden and Metallica. And these ones, the last one that we did too is Led Zeppelin and Queen. I know were one of the two top bands, and I was like, just give me that. Just give me Queen and Led Zeppelin at their prime. That would just be epic. And now,
send your dad to my metal group there, Andrew.
I will actually. Yes. You walk into a casino. What's the first thing you were playing, Matt?
21.
Ooh,
that's
Eric.
what I do.
God dang it! I was gonna say blackjack.
That's okay. You can still say blackjack. Johnny.
I would be playing Hold On to My Wallet.
Is that a game?
You are an absolutely party pooper, man.
I lived in Vegas, man. That's all I had. All I could do is hold on to the damn wallet, man, because all the pickpockets.
I beg to differ, Johnny.
I would. I'm gonna go with. Give me the roulette table. I love that damn thing.
Oh, that's the worst odds in the whole building.
But I do roulette on Bodog, and literally, if I just want to double my money, sometimes I'm like, I'll just go put it on red. Kyle also says roulette. Yeah, give me that. First thing I play at the ATM machine, and I always
that's kind of my point there, David. Yeah.
Tapasio, you got a running for the top comment of the night. That's for sure. Heading to the bar.
Yeah,
and blackjack there. Yeah, blackjack.
My ex-wife can go into a casino with a $20 bill and buy a roll of nickels, sit at the nickel table, and come out there with $500. She won't go buy it unless she's with her girlfriends or whatever, and they want to go there. She never wants to go to a casino, but she has never in my life lost, and she never spent more than $30 in the place. That's just insane.
That is insane. Eric, were you trying to get my attention there? Or?
No.
Oh, okay. I was just double checking. All right, guys. What are your top 3 movies of all time?
That's the hardest question all night.
God dang.
I'll even start it because I listen. Mine in order from first to third would be, Breakfast Club first. Then you give me Knight of Cups second, and then give me toss up between Across the Universe and There Will Be Blood, but probably There Will Be Blood. And it's going to remain that way until something tops those movies. But yeah.
Hey, I'm going to show my age for a minute. I'm taking Outlaw Josie Wales. I love that movie. I really feel bad for his dog, but I love that movie. Okay. And Godfather 2.
Yes.
That's a classic.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Keep the gun, take the cannolis. That's a beautiful thing. And and then the third one I'm going to toss up because it's going to go off on my little comic book era, I guess. But I think it's going to be one of the 9 original Star Wars. I liked all of them, and they all
nice
place. And yeah,
very good. What about you, Eric?
I'm gonna go the Titanic.
Oh, very cool.
Let's see. I'm gonna go Baywatch.
No, are you serious?
It's a funny movie, but all right, yeah.
And The Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, the third one. I like that. Johnny, what about you?
I'm going to go Deer Hunter.
Oh, it's such a good fucking movie.
Yeah, that is a good movie.
Oh, an even better fucking movie.
And the third one's a toss-up, man. Which one am I going to pick? This kills me, man. I can't. Okay. I'm going to go cheesy then. I'll go not cheesy, but it's a good movie, but it's not really at the top of my list, but I got too many of them up there tied. So I'm going to go Endgame.
Nice. All right,
and
guys.
Here's one, Andrew.
Oh,
Andrew, here's one for you. Slapshot.
Slapshot. Love
the
Slapshot.
Hanson brothers.
Hanson, dude. I almost won. So I do jersey breaks, which like they're all right here, like in these little boxes. I do hockey jersey breaks. And what they're signed by like the players and stuff like that. And sometimes you get these weird ones that come through. So there was like a Don Cherry jersey that was just him, like a tuxedo jersey. There was a Mick Foley jersey that's come through a couple of times. But the one that I really wanted was the Hanson brothers one that came through that was signed by all of the Hanson brothers. And I was like,
oh man,
I needed that thing.
I'm not a hockey fan, but it was a funny movie. That was hilarious.
Man, there's so many that they're mentioning in there that what could have been at the top of my list too, man.
We went to Seminole Bingo here in Tampa. I lost a lot of money and everybody else did. My cousin didn't play one thing until we were walking out the door. Played a $5 slot and won $500, and we all wanted to kick his ass. I know people who have done that too. I am that guy. We do that at the casinos anytime we go. I am the person that'll be like, yeah, let me do one more bet. And they'll be like, Andrew, don't do that. You're going to make us all feel so bad. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Pulp Fiction, Idiocracy, and Goodfellas. Idiocracy. I remember Idiocracy. Pulp Fiction is also one of my favorite, and Goodfellas is a classic. Nine and a half weeks. Unforgiven.
Absolutely.
Crano de
Bergerac.
Thank you. I was trying to do that properly. 9.5 weeks. Let me just say this. I used to dance when I was a kid to You Can Leave Your Hat On by Cohen all the time. And I know it's the full Monty song as well. But 9.5 weeks, every time I would play it on YouTube, the song was a representation from that movie as well. And it always tripped me out because I'm like, isn't that Bruce Willis? And they're like, no, that's Mickey Rourke. I'm like,
Mickey Rourke, yeah.
No, that's Bruce Willis. And my mom's like, no, that's Mickey Rourke. And I'm like, yeah, but have you seen Mickey Rourke now? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, yeah, that's him before. And I'm like, that's weird.
Well,
he
made that movie, and then he went back into boxing for a while and got his head mashed in. And then he had bad plastic surgery, and he had sued the guy and ended up winning and everything. That's when he turned into the dude that was in the Iron Man movie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Old Yeller's Sorting the Stone and Dazed and Confused. I love Dazed and Confused.
Old Yeller's a fantastic movie.
Sorting the Stone. There we go. Gangs in New York. First of all.
Yes.
Also another one of my favorites. Venom 2, It'll Be Amazing, he says. And then Gran Torino. Gran Torino, the scene, I always like to bring this up. There's that scene where the little Korean kid was getting picked on. But it's something that was said by one of the actors after that actually set Clint Eastwood off. That whole scene where he got violent or whatever was not actually scripted that way. He wanted to make it something different and then have that as like a big finale. But then when that had happened, he was like, listen, this is too good to pass up in there. And also at the same time too, a 71-year-old, I think at that time, Clint Eastwood had a realization that maybe he wasn't one of the greatest people of all time. And if you look at some of the things he has done under the radar, it kind of shows that. and he did respectively, apologize. But you don't have to come out and apologize to a public when you can create something which is apologizing for it. So I always give props to Clint Eastwood, what he did in that movie, and it deserved every damn award that it won. So props to that.
Most of Clint Eastwood's movies that he's put out in his post Dirty Harry career, the scripts are so well written and the endings are never predictable. And that Gran Torino was awesome all the way through. And then was it $1 Million Baby? Wasn't that what the one
with Hilary Swank?
Boxer?
Yep.
Yeah, that was a fantastic movie.
That loaded up on the Oscars a lot too. There, Johnny, what were you going to say?
I was going to say that we really, really have to bring this movie up, or we could all be fired. The Big Lebowski.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I guess The Big Lebowski. Yeah. All right, let me get to this one quick. Name your top 5 favorite bands of all time. Or just name me 5 bands that you really enjoyed. This is also a thing that's been going on around the internet. Even if it's a sports show or any type of show, name the top 5 favorite bands of all time. And somebody watching this one day may turn around and be like, I've never heard of that band, and go watch it. And you may actually realize that there's more music than you actually listen to. So what about you? Let's start it actually. It's going to go down below me first. Johnny, give me the top 5 favorite bands for you.
Rammstein.
Yes.
Oh man, I don't know if I want to put that one up there yet.
Sorry.
Man. Too hot. Oh man, what else? I got so many, dude. Okay, I'll go old school. I'll give you a Nirvana, I guess.
Okay.
The Cult.
Ooh.
And Black Sabbath. Metallica is probably my all-time favorite.
Nice. Fair enough. Eric, give me some 5 bands that you love.
Let's go Nickelback, Lifehouse, 3 Doors Down.
Okay. Did you say Lighthouse?
Lifehouse.
Lifehouse.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Let's go Metallica and then AC/DC.
I gotta say something, Eric. I am so proud of you that you stood up for Nickelback there, dude.
I love Nickelback. I love Nickelback.
What about you there, Matt?
Look at this photograph.
Oh, please don't. Please don't.
Hey, I'm just saying, Matt.
Oh, you're showing your age, Eric.
Every time
I got the Black Sabbath is going to be one of them.
Okay.
And then Robert Plant in any iteration, whether it's Led Zeppelin or even he did a bluegrass album with that one chick. It's awesome. Yep. Alison Krauss. And let's see. So that's 2. And then I'm going to go Queen for jazz and Fat Bottom Girls, all that good stuff. Yep. 2 left. I got Police, and I'll go away from a band with a musician. It's going to be Paul Simon. And anywhere in his career, nice. That is a masterful musician. Yeah, I think that's 5. Is that 5? I think
that is 5. David Moser said, a movie I loved but will never watch again is Pay It Forward. It made me cry like a little girl. I actually brought up that movie today. Yeah. I was telling my little brother that I actually gave a coworker my old van, and then he gave it back to me fully fixed after he had used it for almost a year with a room to grow plants in it. We'll just say. And then I went and returned the favor again, and one of my old coworkers was needing a vehicle, and I literally just gave it to her, and she had sent me things that you would grow in one of those things through the mail, and she's in Ontario driving that van around and enjoying herself. So I give her shouts outs to that. Kyle says Slipknot, Blink-182, Nickelback, another Nickelback, The Used, and Avenged Sevenfold. I love almost all of those bands. Metallica, Maiden, AC/DC, The Who, and Wham. No. We're not talking Wham. We're talking Wham.
Yeah.
Who has the most odd one? Who has the most odd list there, man? Because I'm voting for Kyle there.
Yep.
Throwing Nickelback in with them.
Right. GNR, Pink Floyd, Candlebox, Garth Brooks, and those two dudes that sung the song Boats and Ho. I can see my fiance kind of smiling at that one there in the background. She's loving that. My favorite bands, I'll give you guys these in no particular. Actually, no, I'll give you in particular order. My top two in order is System of a Down and then Slipknot. I love those both. Give me Queen, give me Zeppelin, and give me the Gorillaz. Those are my five.
All right.
Every one of them are on my list, man.
Yep. What's your favorite city and town in the world, and why? Johnny.
Orlando.
Why?
There's something to do any time of the day. You can go to a different place every day of the week, man.
Like that. Eric, what about you?
All right. Somewhere I'm going to be for Christmas. Well, I'm actually flying into Madrid, Spain.
Very
Spain.
nice.
Madrid.
Very nice. Yeah. It's just a gorgeous city. I can tell you why.
Or Barcelona.
Barcelona would be nice. What about you, Matt?
Eureka Springs, Arkansas.
Oh,
blues
that's
festivals,
nice
followed by auto shows, followed by drinking in the streets, followed by a guy with a Bible outside of a head shop that's sitting there telling you to go straight to hell and preaching to people.
Mardi Gras.
That is a.
I was fixing to say he just named Austin, Memphis, and
yeah. And I would do Austin. I would do Austin
and Tampa.
That's fair. I haven't been to Tampa. I haven't actually been that far around anywhere. So I would just say Jamaica, obviously. But if we're talking just like a city or a town, I go Drumheller, Alberta, Canada. It's a little, say, desert town in Canada. It's an hour and a half, 2 hours south of me. And it's basically it's the dinosaur capital of the world. That's where we have the 100-foot standing T-Rex that you can go look out of its mouth. You can go dig up dinosaurs. We have the biggest dinosaur museum in the world. We actually own the dinosaur that was featured in Night of the Museum. You can see it right when you walk into our museum there in Drumheller. And also, yes, this is Canada. And yes, it does get like minus 50 where I am. But 2 hours south to me, this place, it also gets that cold. But there's freaking rattlesnakes there, man. Rattlesnakes all around there. Oh, and also I totally forgot about this. The smallest church in the world where people still to this day get married is right off of the road, and you can still use it every single day. Just be careful, though, because you can hear rattlers around, and people still don't believe me. And I'm like, yeah, I went to go pee when we visited it, and all I heard was, and I'm like, oh, that's something that Steve Irwin taught me to be fearful of, and so I walked away.
Yeah, I don't understand why people don't think that rattlers are into cold weather, because South Dakota is cold weather, and the Black Hills are loaded with them. The Badlands
and Colorado too.
Yeah.
Yep, Montana's got them, and Montana is where?
And
right underneath me.
In California.
Yep. Some of the other people are saying Montreal. I haven't gone, but a lot of people have told me Montreal is a gorgeous town, and I do like that. Tampa, the Bucs. Hey, buddy, if I get down to Tampa, instantly my favorite city.
Tell Fred he did not do that right. He forgot to put the 20 West.
Yeah, Key West, Florida. Yeah, Kyle's actually going to be down there pretty soon. He's going to be doing a bunch of tourism, but he's also going to try and meet up with some Bucs Report staff. Hey guys, I'm here.
Pretty awesome, dude.
Yeah. Hey guys, I'm here, and it's better late than never. Thank you for tuning in, Christopher Cole. It's always a pleasure to have you. Never been there, but Brussels or maybe Amsterdam. Yeah, I would love to go to Amsterdam.
Even though been to Amsterdam actually, and it wasn't what I expected.
I have no need to go to Amsterdam anymore. I can literally walk anywhere, and I get the same damn thing here in Canada.
Beautiful, but you got to get used to the water being over your head all the time. That makes me nervous. Every time I was walking by those dikes, man, it makes me nervous to know that the ocean the ocean is 50 foot above your head when you're in Amsterdam.
Listen, don't need to be talking about big women like that. No, I'm just kidding. David Mosher says, rattlesnakes ain't nothing to be afraid of. I catch him all the time in my yard and throw them back into the woods. I do think it was David. If I'm not mistaken, David, it's you that sent me the picture or the video or whatever there of the rattlesnake that one time, if I am not mistaken.
Yeah, I believe it was.
I killed an 8-foot diamondback in my backyard in Riverview.
You just wasted so much money, dude.
All right, guys. Let's get into what we would call, I guess, our version of the meme grinder. Oh, no. Sorry. I'm gonna stop that. Anyway, Urban Meyer releasing Team Tebow.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I gotta do this, man. I didn't mean to. I gotta do it. Phoenix Coyotes, Quebec, or Houston. We're really not picky. I'm glad you got that, actually, Matt. I'm very happy you got that. Not much to see here. Just 4 of the most overrated players in the NFL.
wow.
Slant man.
You got
Juju Smith-Schuster.
Trash talker to Tebow. I mean to Brady. Yeah, don't trash talk Brady, especially in the Super Bowl.
Schuster was pushed into a number 1 spot when he's always just been a number 2 in the first place.
Who? Oh, Juju?
Yeah. When you push the vacuum over a spot of dirt and hear a bunch of loud crackles. Being a dad has never felt so good when you drive that vacuum over all of the crumbs and they just go.
I know you're doing that.
My fiance literally, I don't want to tell you what she's doing right now, but she is so happy to hear that right now as well. Bear fans, after Justin Fields throws 1 bad pass.
Get rid of him.
Get rid of it's Jay Cutler, Trubisky, and poor ownership. Friendly reminder that Drew Brees wasn't even a top 3 quarterback of his era.
Yeah, isn't that something?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Isn't that hey, Saints fans, isn't that something? Isn't it?
Oh,
sorry.
Dude, you had the ring in your eyes, dude. You remember that movie, right?
Yeah, but it's not ring that he says. But yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Hold on, I got to make sure I get back into focus here.
Nope.
There we go.
You blew it
No,
up.
it worked. It worked. I promise. No, it worked. Bill Belichick saw the Patriots wide receiver group and decided to suit up himself.
All right.
Look at that guy. He's like, nah, man. My
He's
son.
doing 50. He's doing 50-pound leg lifts. 50
My
pounds.
son.
Man, Galloway didn't even make
Faubert?
it as long as I thought he would make it. He didn't even make it to the first game, man. Come on.
My son is gonna coach, and I'm gonna go catch some balls here. We're gonna win some games, and we'll just stick to the plan, and I'll catch a couple passes. Anyways, Eagles are already in mid-season form, by the way.
Preseason. See that written up there? Preseason.
Mid-season form.
Just like the Bucs the other day, but they didn't play any of their starters.
They're playing at the top of their game right now.
No. Oh yeah, this is just me, throwing more shade at the Saints. So sorry, guys. Mr. Slant Boy sucks. There's this one though. How dare you stand where he stood? How dare you?
Really?
Exactly.
Is he talking about later on?
Oh, he's dead. Yeah. Don't you ever stand where Michael Jordan stood. Though I did like the status I saw out there. If they really wanted to continue with the Looney Tunes doing this, they really should have done like Wayne Gretzky with hockey and all that kind of stuff.
That would have been cool.
Would have been cool.
I think LeBron funded that movie and it sucked.
Oh, yeah, he did. Don't worry. Only a couple left because I made sure to get some hypothetical corner in more so this time. Little known fact, Rocky Horror Picture Show is the only movie in the Rocky series to not feature Sylvester Stallone. Could you believe that? Could you absolutely believe that? I am just blown away. Literally blown.
To the left.
Who used to go to the live audience action midnight matinees for the Rocky Horror Show?
I still have it. They still have it out here.
I kept my 50.
I went to one in Lakeland Polk Theater a couple years ago.
Nice. Every Halloween I try to, and I haven't gone for a couple of years, but Halloween has there's a Gardneau theater around where I'm at, and they do Rocky Horror Picture Show and a bunch of other ones like that. And I'm like, yeah, And the best thing is I haven't actually seen the new Halloween movies, and they're already planning to have that Halloween 1 and 2 playing. So I was like, yeah, that's where you get my money. That's for sure. And last but not least, you guys know how I like to finish these ones off. And that sentence goes perfect for this. Pizza delivery guys and gynecologists both can agree that they can smell it, but they can't eat it.
Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord.
And that has been another edition of Hypothetical Corner and the Goulash.
Stupid Bucs fans say.
Why do I keep pressing that one? That's a problem.
I don't know. Why don't you
It's a
remove
problem. You know what? It's
remove
so classic that if I remove it, I feel as though I'm doing a disservice to Rick, man.
You're doing a disservice to Rick every time you pop up there.
You're like throwing in his face that this cat fired you.
This literally is for me at this point. Is how dare you stand where he stood? How dare you play that thing when
Eric,
you
what
don't
are you
even
doing,
own
man?
a cat? He's just being Eric, bro. Last comments of the night. Does anybody know what Tim Tebow's Madden rating is? Because if they're putting Colin Kaepernick, and he was 72 or 73, yeah. And he's not even in the league at all this year. He's an 81. Tebow must be a 96.
Which leads to another rant. Come on. Let's do it. Yeah, I guess he's fired out.
You understand my kids are sleeping? I saved the rants for the shows where my kids don't sleep. So that if they hear me, they'll be like, it's okay, Daddy's just yelling again.
Wait, your kids sleep?
Yeah, no, they're probably still up right now. Hold on, wait. Yeah, no, he's kicking the wall. I can hear him.
in Canada, Andrew?
What's that?
What's the time difference in Canada?
I'm always 2 hours behind you.
Oh, okay. So it's only 8 o'clock. It's only 8:18 right there.
Except right now, if you're in Colorado, you're probably right along with him.
No, I'm back. I've been back since Saturday.
Okay, I got
yesterday.
you.
But I had a red-eye flight, so it's still kicking my butt a little bit.
Johnny said I went about 3 or 4 times, and no, I never dressed up for it. No, I've never dressed up either. Rocky movies are the reason Eagle fans are idiot. I still will always, and honestly, guys, comedy is dying out, but if you still want pure, real good comedy to go watch, you should check out Bill Burr when he was doing stand-up comedy in Philadelphia. They were booing him, and they're trying to tell him to get off the stage, and he's basically like, fuck all you. You got to sit there and you sit there and you basically you pray to a statue of a fictional fucking character. It ain't even Bucs.
All right, Andrew, you made it almost through an entire show, dude.
I know, that's why at the end, so the boss can cut this part out if he needs to. AJ McCarron out. Falcons signing a backup quarterback, Blake Bortles, maybe. Oh, I'll have to check on that there, Kyle, for you. But I wouldn't say Blake Bortles. Atlanta, you got to look at Arthur Smith. So you look probably
Josh
at like
Rosen.
Josh
Rosen.
Yeah, I was gonna say, might as well say it 3 times. No, I actually not gonna lie, because Arthur Smith was in Tennessee, and if Mr. Johnny remembers this, my guy from last year, who I said might actually be something eventually, was Cole McDonald, the quarterback out of Hawaii. He might actually be something that they throw like a 7th round pick at the Titans and, try to do something like that. So you always got to remember where your coaches or head coaches and all that kind of stuff have come from. And eventually you'll kind of see where the signings usually come up from that. It's her birthday, Andrew. You said, let her stay.
Yes. Like, do we
No.
get to sing happy birthday? It's Ava, right?
Yeah, it's Ava. Well, hold on. Let me bring the dude in here. Finally.
Now he shows up.
The dude.
Hi, boss.
Hey, guys. How we doing? Hey, it's been a very busy day behind the scenes here at Bucs Report. But,
Not a problem.
you win some, you lose some. But right now, winning.
Right. Tiger blood.
Tiger blood, bro. Snorting it over here. Hey, happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
pass it along for me.
I definitely will. When she wakes up, she's probably going to think that it's still her birthday, and she'll expect presents all morning long, and that would be a hard conversation, right, honey? That would be a very hard conversation to have with her. Yes. So,
well, what you do is grab some of the presents you already gave her, right?
Yep.
Put them in a different box upside down and rewrap them and hand them to her in the morning.
Babe,
That's
we don't
brutal.
have to go to Walmart anymore. They said just rewrap the gifts and give it back to her.
That's funny.
Like wrap a can of food or something. Like,
Yeah,
here you
she's
go.
looking at me like I'm the idiot now. So no.
No, it's the whole
No, that was my idea.
Kids are into anyway.
No, she's looking at me like I already knew that, you dummy. Like, what? Like,
Oh,
really?
Didn't know that.
Yeah. So yeah, no, just last comment that popped in here. Any of the 5 players the Bucs cut today that was any good? TJ Simmons, I think, was one of the, in my opinion, honestly, TJ Simmons was a wide receiver that was probably going to be given a little bit more of an opportunity to showcase that maybe he can make it to a different team. But, being targeted twice and not getting anything is not going to get you anywhere. So, and as for the other guys, I think it was kind of writing on the walls for them. I think the next wave and the wave after of cuts is when you're going to start seeing those players where you're like, aw, like me back in the day when Riley Below was released. I was so upset.
I shed a little tear with that Quentin Bell was on the list today. Not that he was phenomenal or anything. Just we had him a couple of times here on these shows, and he seems like a good guy.
That's right, we did.
Yeah.
That's right, we did. So,
I gotta sell you out a minute, Andrew, or everybody out here. I gotta sell them out, dude. I defended you tonight. You asked about everybody's top movies, favorite movies, and stuff. And The Big Lebowski was not mentioned one time.
Yeah.
Well, here's a fun fact. The Big Lebowski is not the dude's favorite movie.
Oh, sacrilege.
Actually, dude, I'll bring this one just for you. Give me, what are your top 3 favorite movies?
I'm glad I got 3 because picking one is too hard. It's like picking your nose with a broken finger.
Oh.
Top 3 movies. Now, are these like in quality, production, and story, or like the top 3 that I watch the most and will watch whenever they're on type?
Just your top 3 favorite. It basically just goes whatever makes it your favorite movie.
All right. The Boondock Saints.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I like that.
The movie Waiting.
Oh, as if you just threw that at me. Now my fiance is going to probably want to watch that one, but give me another one.
And last, but probably not least, I'm still a sucker to this day for American Wedding. The shaving scene is epic. The grandma in the closet scene is epic.
Yeah.
Anything with Stifler in it is epic. No pies were harmed in that movie, so that's good. But yeah, those 3. Now, if you're like blockbuster, like holy crap, I saw this movie, I was blown away, and you guys are gonna laugh. I was blown away by I Am Legend when it came out.
That's a great movie.
That was great. That was a great movie, man.
I also was really, as a kid, obviously Star Wars, the first trilogy, because
Matt had you on that one.
The closest thing we had to that before that was Captain Kirk having sex with a green lady on Star Trek. And that was really the extent of our sci-fi as far as mainstream.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Captain Kirk totally had sex with a green chick. It was hot. And didn't he have the first interracial kiss too?
Yes.
On first interracial kiss on television, and when he was doing the green chick, he was doing interspecies.
Interspecies, yes.
Yeah.
I also
Liberator.
I also can watch Raising Arizona if it's on anytime.
Oh, that's a great
an obscure. That's an obscure one. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, definitely. I'm not big on the trilogies that came out, the last decade. I mean, that they were cool. Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter, that was cool. But it was like halfway through the second movie, I was just like, all right, it's kind of the same thing. We're going to walk a little bit more. And we're going to walk and then we're going to cast a spell. So I got kind of bored with that. I'm more of a simple-minded figure, instant gratification guy when it comes to movies. I have a place in my heart for the very first Iron Man.
Yeah, that was a great
Oh,
movie.
nice.
I thought that was one of the best Marvel movies, in my opinion. Again, I know Johnny will bury me for this. Anyway, yeah, top 3, Boondock Saints, Waiting, and
Which
now
Boondock Saints was your favorite?
the
first
Boondock
and only
Saints.
one.
Yeah, no, there's a Boondock Saints too, but it's kind of horrible.
Yeah, I was gonna say the first and only one is the reason I said that. I don't believe the second one exists.
The last scene, the courtroom scene in Boondock Saints, is literally
That's awesome.
Movie history where they break in the courtroom and take it over.
Yep.
I thought that was one of the best, most dramatic scenes I've seen. I forget what's the third one I mentioned after Boondock Saints and Waiting. Which was that?
Hell, I don't know.
Raising Arizona was one of them.
No. It was the other comedy there. Crap.
American Wedding.
Thank you.
American Wedding. Yes. Because he had to shave. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Hey, but,
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I just wanted to say, great job as always on game day earlier Saturday for Andrew Faubert and Alex Loosemore. Great job by all you guys here on the screen. I mean, dude, Matt Coulson is becoming like a household name. He's a virtual social butterfly at this point. He's like everywhere.
He created a Twitter.
Dude. Hey, anybody watching this show, Matt Coulson being on Twitter is kind of like Britney Spears acting normal.
Yeah.
Okay. It just doesn't happen. And by the way, free Britney. I love her because look, I mean, have you seen Britney Spears? Holy crap.
She started sending some pictures, like say topless, but she's still covered. And I was like, yo, I don't care what anybody says. Britney still looked damn good, man.
Oh, I was all fapped out. Yeah.
That's my boss right there. I love it.
I mean, Britney's a beautiful lady. There's no doubt about that.
Yes, she is for sure.
But shout out to everybody at Bucs Report who did everything on game day. Good, bad, or otherwise. We always here. We always will be here. We'll always be growing. The Miscreants crushed it again last night. Dude, they went live with tech problems, rolled right off their back like nothing. Boom, hit restart, reboot. Let's do this. And they kicked ass, dude.
Wham!
Shout out to Stephen Glasgow and Teresa, who aren't on the show. I don't know why. And Johnny Dean, you still sit back there like Corleone. You should have like a mound of powder in front of you and calling people cockroaches.
Al Pacino.
Yeah, exactly. But hey, Andrew, as always, man, great job, brother. If you guys need fantasy football advice, Andrew, North Sports Dynasty. I mean, yes, Alex too, but Andrew because of the beard. I mean, not only do you get fantasy advice, but you get a French tickler.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Much love, though, to the Faubert family over there. Probably, arguably, the most adorable Canadian family we have ever seen in our life. From
Appreciate
the dog to the kids to the wife. Dude, Andrew's wife, no, not trying to be disrespectful. Beautiful. Nope. I'll say, yeah, the last name, was it Hinder?
Yep.
Dude, there's a meaning there, bro.
Hi.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I got you.
You son of a gun. I appreciate the time, man. I appreciate you letting me come on and spout my nonsense. Everybody, make sure you go to bucksreport.com each and every day. Evan Winter and the boys are pounding out written content. My lazy ass is going to get Andrew on the website so he can start pounding out written content, because why not give him more to do? Johnny, what's happening in sports? What's happening in NFL? Is that what it is now, dude?
Yes, sir. NFL.
Yeah. So he nods his head like Don Corleone. Yeah.
Yes.
But again, thanks for everything, dude. Hey, I just want to point out, I know it's just preseason, and we're not going to get into a debate or anything, but has it not been cool that we've had like 4 or 5 nights in a row of live NFL football on TV?
Hells yeah.
I mean, when you think about what we just went through this past off season, any football is better than no football. I know people don't like the preseason, but think about this. All those guys, when we all make fun of them that they're the UPS guy or the milkman or whatever, all those guys are on the biggest world in the stage pursuing a dream.
Yep.
That's something that everyone on this screen at some point in time of their life has closed their eyes at night and dreamt about.
Yep.
So Give them
the
respect.
game that's on right now is a very entertaining.
I've got it on the little iPad device over here, and but show respect to the guys.
Hells yeah.
These guys, even the worst NFL player, is still one of the most finely tuned athletes in the world. So the dedication and commitment it takes for these guys to get to the practice squad, to get cut, is something that a lot of us will never even fathom what goes into it. So shout out to all the guys who are or aren't going to make the roster. We appreciate the fact that you bring joy to our lives in the game of football. That said, that sounded like a Sunday sermon, so I'm feeling way too religious. I'm going to go do a couple Hail Marys. Andrew, nothing but love, brother.
Take her easy, boss.
Kiss and hug the family. All you other guys up here, much love. Share the show, like the show. It's 10:30 Eastern. Tell someone you love them. Tell somebody you care about them. And
little known fact. Wait a minute. A little known fact. The dude can actually marry you.
Yeah, I do have the ability. I am an ordained minister.
Nice.
Even in Canada, you can go
Canada.
to Canada.
Well,
if I invite him, it might work too. Who knows?
I'm sure the fee will be similar to the $35 it took in the United States to get me certified. I think that comes out to what, like 38 Canadian?
Yeah. Let's not go into that, but yeah.
But hey, great show as always. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Everybody that's watching and listening, like I said, bucksreport.com. Follow us on Twitter. Subscribe on YouTube. Like and follow us on Facebook. And stay tuned. It's only going to get better from here, guys. And next week, we get a whole first half of Buccaneers starters. Dude.
Yeah.
The GOAT will be in the building. Gronkowski and his 47-foot arms will be in the building. What else do you need?
Right? They announced that they're going to play starters next week.
Oh, and they're playing the Texans. So let's hope they can massage a victory out of this.
Oh, boss, get out of here before you get this this show all canceled and stuff.
Bye-bye.
It's always good having the boss on. All right, I'm going to kick all of you guys out of here before I pee myself. So, Eric, thank you for tuning in, buddy. As always, I will have the link into the chat a little bit sooner from this day forward. I promise you, buddy.
All right.
All right, buddy. Cheers, and we'll have yourself a good one. Johnny Dean, promote yourself.
Oh, man.
He's watching a game.
No, I don't care. Promote yourself.
Thursday nights. Me and Alex Loosemore at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time for the NFL edition. And that's all I got to say. Back to football.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, back to what? Wow. To me. That was weird. Anyways, all right, Matt, tell everybody where they can find you.
Well, this is going to be on not next Saturday, but the Saturday of the first week of the season. We're going to be back at 9 o'clock on Saturday evenings with the Miscreants Mayhem with Stephen Glasker and Teresa Baxter and me doing our thing. So we'll be like the pregame to the pregame on Sunday. And you guys can catch us right here on the Bucs Report at that time. Don't have much more to say. I guess I'm going to bid you adieu from the kitchen studio here in Oklahoma City. And we will talk to you next week. It's been fun.
Right on, brother. As always, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. And yeah, boom. All right, Matt, thank you again. Get to the last comments here. Do you think Hudson has a shot of making the roster? I do. I think they're going to keep him in. I don't think what you've seen this preseason is anything to be too concerned. I mean, there's a reason why he only caught like 2 passes in the regular season last year anyway. So it's just good to have some bodies in there. When I was younger, I worked in a lot of restaurants, and the movie Waiting in a nutshell is how it really is. Remember the number one rule of eating: don't piss off your server. Nope. Me and Kim, my lovely fiance over to my right here, me and her agree with the same thing every single time we go out. If we're going to have a problem with our server or the service that's there, we'll voice it a little bit more towards the end when our food is done. So I watched a waitress take this lady's tossed salad and rinse it through the dishwashing water and then serve it to her. My fiance is just cringing right now. All of the Star Wars beside episode 1, that was a bore fest. And see, actually, it's funny, Christopher Cole. Episode 1, that's the Phantom Menace or whatever. That's where it did that. Mr. Jar Jar Binks into the Humble Seven. What do you mean it was a bad movie there, okay? They meant the Jar Jar and the Jedi. It's the great movie of the Jar Jar Binks. So I don't understand why you would hate that movie. I love Jar Jar Binks. But listen, I understand Star Wars nerds or Star Wars diehards. I ain't going to mess with your movie. So I appreciate it from an outside. I'm kind of a middle fan. I'm not too diehard into it, but I definitely know a lot of stuff. And Mandalorian has turned me on into it a little bit more. So Carl Hardy, great show. Thank you for tuning in. And thank you for saying that as always. I appreciate it. Happy birthday, Ava, from Johnny. I appreciate it. It is my daughter's birthday. I appreciate all the happy birthdays that got sent her way. More so, major thanks to my fiance for putting all this on, because if it wasn't for her, I would not be getting all the sex and pleasure and, just everything that I have in my life if it wasn't for her, because there's no reason for her to even be with me. We all know that. Like, you've all seen pictures. You've all seen absolutely no reason for her to put up with my shit. Let's be real here. Thanks again for the update and friendly chats. As always, Carrie Koo, thank you for tuning in. I always appreciate the views and having you on. The Bad Batch rocks. I'll have to check that out as well. Johnny Dean. And to all the fans out there, you guys are amazing. The show, 2 hours plus here today. Constant people in the chats. I got lots of likes, lots of shares, lots of interactions today. This is why I enjoy my Sundays. I get to hang out with you, the fans. I get to keep you, the fans, knowledgeable about what's going on with your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I'm going to continue to do that for you every Sunday. Might have to change the times. We'll see what happens when it comes to the regular season. But you know that I'm still going to be around. I'm not going anywhere. Sunday is my platform, and Johnny B's, and maybe some other people's. But until then, it's my platform. After 8 o'clock, I think, maybe on your time. Yeah, after 8 o'clock, you're mine. We get to talk. We get to have a little bit of nighttime fun. And speaking of nighttime fun, I got to go mow the lawn, because it's fun to do that at nighttime and in the middle of the rain. Also, Beauty and the Beast, he said. Interesting. Oh, with me, yeah, I say that all the time. I'm the greatest 4.5 she's ever had. So, and she she's literally laughing right now. Like, no, it's not. Stop telling everybody this. But now we're just getting into stuff that was brought up at therapy. We need to go. No. All right, guys. Love you all. Our Buccaneers will be back around next weekend playing the Houston Texans. We got some starters. So tune in next Sunday live from the cheap seats with your host, Andrew Faubert. That's me, where I'm going to give you all the up and coming Buccaneer news and statistics that you're going to need to make sure that you are ready for the upcoming 2021-2022 Tampa Bay Buccaneers football season. Thank you all again. Love you all. See you in a week. I already miss you. You know how it is. Take care now, and bye-bye then.
T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.